everybody, welcome back to another episode of Happiness Matters, the show with me, Beanie Man, and Mo the service dog, who is happily gnawing on a chewy somewhere. So, he's not in here. Anyway, so today I have an amazing guest here, Jade Alexander, and she is videographer, photographer extraordinaire.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will take all of those.
You should.
I will receive all of those titles.
Because you're amazing.
Thank you.
So, and we met, not networking, but we met at an event with Gary Barnes back in August, I believe, at his business boot camp.
Yes.
And was like, oh, another sister from another mister.
Actually,
So,
I have to say, I came up to talk to you specifically for Mo. And then, you know,
I get that a lot, yeah. Because +1.
Yeah, you are his +1.
I'm the +1, it's all about Mo.
It was kind of crazy because you had such like a happiness to you, which I think is kind of interesting because like when you have the brand of the happiness, but you do live the walk and the talk that you say.
Thank you.
I thought that was pretty cool. Plus Mo is just...
It's Mo.
Mo's the best.
He's the bomb.com. I wanted to get that website for him, but it's taken.
Oh.
So, but it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. He can have the spotlight.
He's gonna get headshots today too. So
I know, I'm so excited. Yeah, we're doing a
It's
photo
great.
shoot today too, so I was like, I'm excited.
Yeah, stay tuned for Mo's headshots. They're gonna be awesome. I have a feeling a lot of them are gonna look, but pretty good.
Well, usually he's like, oh, camera. Whoop.
Yeah, he looks the opposite direction.
He's like, oh, he waits for you to get ready. And as soon as you're about to take the picture, he's like,
He's like, just kidding.
yeah, that's... He posed for Michelle Moraz.
Oh, really?
We took like pictures at an event a while back. And yeah, Mo actually posed for her and smiled in the camera.
What? She's a dog whisperer.
I know.
She's good at everything too.
I know.
I hate her on the inside.
No, she's awesome.
She is amazing.
We love you, Michelle.
Big heart.
So anyway, so today we're going to talk about tips on how to do selfies, do videos for like Facebook Lives and stuff like that. You know, the do's, the don'ts, and some makeup tips.
Yes, yes.
I'm excited.
So the whole goal of doing video is to not so much be about yourself, but to be more about the message, and the video is just a way to deliver the message.
Right.
So there are some things that are, I guess you can call them do's and don'ts, but anything that distracts from the message is what we want to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the first things I like to tell people is, oh, hi, Mo.
Mo would be such a distraction.
Hi, distraction. I love you. Bye, distraction. So one of the things that are important with doing your own selfies for either Facebook Live or if you're getting testimonials, whatever it happens to be, always hold your phone horizontally. Do not do the vertical. The vertical, when you go to edit or when Facebook uploads it or even YouTube,
You get the black
they get
lines.
the black boxes on either side. So you want to start here. If you are awesome enough to turn your phone this way and film yourself without seeing the preview, the cameras on this side of the phone, generally speaking, are better than the ones here.
Right.
But
okay.
if you need to do it this way like I do to make sure that everything's in frame and that I'm being very particular, definitely do it this way.
Could you attach a little mirror to the other side?
I'm certain you
Do
could.
like a
I've
contraption thing?
I've never done one of those down periscope kind of things, but
it just popped in my head and it wanted to be shared.
I haven't tried it, but maybe we can do that later. Maybe we can try that at a coffee shop. So
Okay.
the next thing you want to do is, and I know that these were like super trendy, now they're not trending anymore, are the selfie sticks, but I'm going to say selfie stick with a tripod.
I didn't know they make them with a tripod.
They do make them with a tripod. You get these on Amazon between $17 and $25.
Nice.
A lot of them have a little remote that's Bluetooth connected, so you can set up the tripod and everything, and you can just press the remote and it'll start recording.
Oh, the more you know.
I am in love with this one personally because it kind of does its own little thing, gets all expandy, blah, blah, blah. I'm fond of it because, especially when you're doing even like behind the scenes stuff like what I do, so I'll just set this up in the corner and set it and forget it, and then use it for my own promotional stuff afterwards. But definitely get one of these. One of the worst things I see in the selfie type of videos is that you look like you're seasick, you know, and it's a lot of motion. Because people are just not that steady.
Right.
And in order to get a good shot of yourself, you have to hold it pretty far. And that just eliminates a lot of that.
Unless you're like Elastigirl.
I know, right? And punch people from across the room. Yeah. Yeah, she was my hero out of that movie. And so you have that, which is also, you know, I think it's really important to have that type of thing. And then angles matter. I like to say that angles matter in a lot of parts of life. Use your imagination. But angles matter on this one. So when I tell people to film themselves, do not go straight on and do not go low. No one wants to see up your nose. and no matter how
But it's a
fit
pretty
you are,
nose.
it is a very pretty nose, but I don't think people need to know what's going on up there.
Okay.
And then
Valid
when you,
point.
I mean, it doesn't matter really how healthy you are. I've never seen anyone that can do a video and not have double chins when they look down.
Oh,
So-
to have a double chin, one needs to have a chin. It's like,
Yeah. There's a comedian that talks about having no chin. I loved him. So the idea is you take it at your eye line and add like 2 inches.
oh, okay.
So whatever your own sight line is, add up 2 inches. And then when you talk, it's going to look like you're looking face on. So you don't want to go obviously above yourself unless you're doing like that really cool like stylized selfie thing. But if you
I'm
reach
not that
out,
coordinated.
yeah, reach out like you're gonna, you know, touch somebody across the room and lift it up about 2 inches. That should get about perfect every time.
So, because I've tried that selfie thing, and my selfies, they suck like a super Hoover. They really do. Well, part of my issue, okay, is the button to take the picture. Because when I'm holding it with one hand, I'm like, you know, it's like I'm so busy holding the phone and not moving it and
That's true.
getting weird, and then how am I going to do the...
So there is.
Unfortunately, my new phone, I say smile, and it does it, but... you know.
So there's one that I do. My hands are pretty small. Those of you who can see me at home there, I don't have huge hands. I wear smaller, extra small size gloves. But what I learned is rock fist, and you grab it on the side and make your own little pincers like a crab, and then you use the thumb to press the button.
Aha!
And you pull everything in towards
So what
your
now?
hand. So rock fist, 1980s.
Oh, yeah.
All right, put those fingers behind.
Oh, behind.
Yep, rock fist on the side.
Yeah, see, my phone
And-
is slippery. Ow.
Yeah, and then curl it towards yourself, and then put as much tension into that hand as you can, like you're pulling in the center of the phone in your hand.
I can. Clearly not.
Well, it takes some practice, but you do rock fist claw, and then you press the button, and then
Or you just go,
yeah.
smile.
And I always have to be on the right hand side because I'm right handed. So when people like want to do a selfie with me, I always try to like corral them to the inside of my left, and you have to like really stretch if you're doing them this way. And I usually take quite a few because there's going to be one that I didn't like. But definitely when you're doing video, you know, have it sideways for sure. And then there's something that is I guess a personal pet peeve of mine that some people get away with.
Because you're a
some people don't.
professional in this field?
Just so crazy. Is when people have the earbuds that are dangling down
Yeah.
and they use that for their microphone. I really find it distracting because they move and sometimes you get interference from them moving. But it also, I don't know, maybe it's just me from being like born in the 80s or whatever, but I always feel like people are not listening to you when they have earphones in. So there's, it's,
You know, I never thought about that, but
I feel
I get
a little
that.
disconnected, like, and I know that they're engaged and they're doing their thing, but it just has that feel to me, and I don't know, maybe that's just me being very judgmental, but it just doesn't work for me. So
What would you recommend?
So there are lots of
Because I know a
options.
lot of people that do videos, you know, they're doing them outdoors, and it's really the better option to have something close to you, and those headbuds are
not a bad option. And I mean, if they're the ones that are, I mean, these don't have microphones on them, but the ones that are really small, you know, you can cover them with your hair or whatever. I mean, but honestly, I tell a lot of people that they can either get a separate mic or they can plug a microphone into the jack. That's a little mini boom mic. They sell those online.
okay.
They can be expensive and sometimes they're faulty and, you know, there's things like that. But I personally find it distracting. Plus, they're usually almost always white or green or pink.
Right.
They're really, really distracting.
Well, and to me, it doesn't look very professional. To me, you know, I mean, I don't mind it, but I just think you're right. It takes away a little bit, but
Yeah.
for me, it's not very professional.
Yeah. That's just
So.
my personal opinion. I mean, I'm sure some people will be like, that's a trendy way to do it, or that's a new way to do it, and that's totally cool. The most important thing is that you do you. So whatever
Right.
your style is, whatever your concept is, just be your authentic self, because that's more distracting kind of betrayal to your audience if you're just not being who you are. And so that if you are the headphone person and your one of your brand colors is white or green or whatever, then do that. Just do you. But generally speaking, I find it to be a little bit distracting. And I always tell people use a separate mic if they're outdoors. So either lapel mic or one of the
The handheld
recorders, yeah. And you can hold them, you know, while you have your selfie thing. You can hold it down here. You'd never want to put a mic right up to your mouth.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Well, that and like as you speak, your breath will hit the mic and it'll shock the mic. So you definitely want it to be beneath.
Plus, I also noticed on some of the stuff I listened to, they must be very close to the
Oh.
microphone because you can hear the
Yeah.
the breath in.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I'm glad they're breathing. I'm really happy they're
It's good
breathing.
that you're
It's like,
breathing. Mhm.
but it's those little nuances. You know, and I've learned that over time too. It's like, okay, I need to be close enough, but not too close.
Well, and it depends on what you're editing your videos and if you're editing them at all. I mean, I know Facebook Live doesn't always have that option. So with Facebook Live, definitely project and worry about your, as they teach you in school, your enunciations. When do you touch your tongue to your teeth? When do you pull your lips together on certain pronunciations? You really need to be
I missed
accurate.
that class.
Oh.
Well, I went to school in Germany, so.
That's right. Germany's gonna be a little different, but there's these nuances that you do in order to A, project, and B, really get that enunciation down. So if you're outside, be very aware of the shapes that your mouth is making and where you're touching your tongue, your teeth, and all that. It matters because you have to, the louder you are, the more chance there is of you saying something wrong or having it come off wrong, you know, instead of saying, yes,
Guilty.
guilty. I was like, yes, question in the front. So that's just something to keep in mind. And I mean, when you're filming outside, people kind of expect a little bit of noise. Or if you're filming at an event, like some of the behind the scenes stuff that I do with Gary,
Right.
like it's expected that you're going to have some of that feel in the ambiance. You just have to project a bit more. And of course, your microphone is closer to you than it's going to be to other people.
Right,
behind
and
you.
most of the time the microphone is on the bottom, like where you have your hand.
Yeah.
And so, fun fact real quick,
Yeah, do it.
because I don't know if you knew that. So when you guys, you know how you can get the frames on Facebook when you do video and you take pictures?
Yeah.
Happiness Matters has a frame.
Do you really?
Yes, I have the frame and it's the top of my book. Like, you know how I have the sticker? It's that.
You have to do
And
that
it's just the letter, so it's clear behind it.
Aw, that's so cool.
I know, right?
That
I'm
was
a-
amazing.
I'm a nerd.
I like your nerding.
Thank
Nerds
you.
are the best.
I know. I
Nerds
just want
are
to
the
share,
best.
since we're talking about, you know, video life and Facebook and all of that, you can get my frame. And you can also get my frame, you know, for how you can get frames for your profile picture on Facebook on your page.
Yes.
That too.
I'm gonna have to do that this week then, since I was on your show.
Yeah.
We should do some behind the scenes stuff and then put that frame on it.
Yes.
Very okay. So that's another
Anyway,
thing.
squirrel.
Yes, squirrel.
Fun
Actually,
story.
our mascot is a flying squirrel, so extra squirrel there. So one of the other things that you can do if you're doing things like this is we always say get behind the scenes stuff. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. Anything that's outside of the average person's 9 to 5 is interesting because it's not average. So, you know, what we're doing today, the behind the scenes of us taking pictures, or if you're, you know, an architect and you're knocking out a wall for the day, like take pictures of that stuff. That's really cool. And even do like your short little videos like, hey everybody, we're about to knock down a wall, and then, you know,
Poof, there.
there we go. So that stuff can be really fun, and people
Nice.
tune into that. You know, people ask me, how long should my Facebook Lives be, and that kind of stuff, and that is
However
such
long you want
a
it to.
hard question.
My thing too is like, however long you want it to be.
Again, you do you,
It's,
whatever it is for
it's,
you.
it's your show, you know, and it's like with this show, I'm shooting for half an hour. A lot of times I hit that half hour. Most of the time I go right past.
Yeah. Well, you have
But-
good guests on here.
Thank you,
I've
I
heard,
do.
I've heard some really
Thank
cool
you.
stuff about that.
Well, I have you on the show too, so.
Thank you.
It's
Well,
like you have the best guests, you
we'll
know.
see how I can do filler for 30 minutes on what I know about this.
Oh, we'll have stuff
I
to
think
talk.
we'll
I'm not
cover it.
worried about it. But no, I mean, but it's just, it's your show. You can do it as short as long as you want.
Right.
But my thing too is, and I just discovered that recently, it's like when you put it on stories, it's gone within 24 hours.
Yeah.
So, you know, for me, so if it's longer, you may not want to put it on story.
Right.
Because for people like me, I might have a minute here and there where I can tune in real quick and it's like, ooh, I really want to watch more,
Right.
but I don't have time within that 24-hour period because I don't know when you actually posted it, because that would require me actually looking at the timestamp and blah blah blah, and that's
Yeah.
just too much, you know. So put it on your timeline, not in your story, because the stories, they go away, which I don't know if I like that feature.
I think it's supposed to be something kind of like what Snapchat does, where it's like a temporary thing. I don't know. I don't know enough about like, I know social media, but I don't know. I'm not a social media specialist. I know how to make things that will look good on social media and that kind of fulfill the requirements for social media.
That would be JC, and he'll be on the show too.
JC is bomb.
He'll
He's
be on the
amazing.
show in October sometime. I forgot when I scheduled him.
I can't wait to see his.
So yeah,
That.
he's awesome.
Actually, that reminds me about some of the makeup tips that we had.
Ooh,
so
makeup tips.
these will be fun. Okay,
So she did a touch up, because when I did the speaker boot camp, was it, oh my god, 2 or 3 weeks, whenever it was.
I think it's 2 weeks.
Okay, Jade actually is working on my sizzle reel for me and my little, was it a 2-minute video?
I think it was 3. I think you did a 3-minute video.
That one?
Oh, don't lick the brushes.
Mo, you cannot eat the makeup. But anyway, so she did some little touch-ups and I was like, ooh.
So if you're going to do a touch-up bag, have a mini thing of hairspray. Usually get this in the travel section. I use It's a Miracle 10 because it does like 10 different things and it's pretty good stuff if you just need to like smooth or if you have frizzies or if you have, it just handles a little bit of everything. The reason Mo's so interested in my bag though, however, is because I have this palette that has coconut oil and butters in it. It smells amazing. I mean, it smells like coconut.
It smells like,
Yeah, it's
it
very
smells
good.
like chocolate.
And they look like chocolates too, so it's very confusing for dogs.
No, you cannot have
You
that.
cannot have
Chocolate
any
isn't
kind of
good for
chocolate.
dogs.
No.
Chocolate isn't good for dogs.
This is
Get you two.
this is a Too Faced palette, not a sponsor. And this one we got because we need to have a variety of skin tones that we can fulfill with what we're doing. But we just use this underneath the eyes, and we use it in a sweeping motion because no matter what.
So you go this way.
So yeah, so you start in the middle and then sweep up in your whatever your medium color is. So for you, in your particular case, yours was almost like this yellowish color. And then we did your highlights on the inside here and then here in the lightest color that I had. And then we just blend it out so that it actually looked natural. But all it
like,
does,
what's my color?
what's your color? I don't think I have you on here.
I don't have your
We don't have your color, Mo. I'm sorry. Don't eat my makeup. But the idea behind it is that it just gives you something here for the light to bounce off of.
Oh, okay.
When they talk about color correction in makeup, it can mean a lot of different things. Sometimes they add green, sometimes they add different types of orange to make your skin match, and they take out, you know, the reds and the dark purples that we have just because we're business owners or we're human and maybe we didn't
We're
get
human?
maybe we didn't get 8 hours of sleep or 4 hours of sleep or whatever it is nowadays that you're supposed to have, or that's just you have baggy eyes. Like that just happens with age or tiredness.
Thanks, I was just
whatever.
gonna say, it comes with age.
Yeah, it comes with, I mean, I have them, and I'm wearing corrector right now. So when you do your own quick selfies like this, if you grab something that does under eye corrector, a type of blush of your choice, this one has bronzer in it, which I kind of like because it just adds a little bit. Anything that reflects the light is going to be really helpful. On your
So it is
face.
like a little shimmery.
Tiny bit of shimmer. Now I have to be careful because I have male and female clients. So
Okay.
the male clients, I don't want to put glitter on them, but the bronzer often makes them just look a little bit healthier. Because you want to look healthy, you don't want to look like Richard Nixon giving a speech with the sweating and the jabbering. Yeah, so
Thanks for the visual.
you're welcome. Yeah, I try to use those types of things. And then the last thing I put on either myself before I go on, and this is if I'm really like if I didn't do my makeup much that day or at all, or if I just needed a quick touch up, the HG powder by Makeup Forever is amazing. So it soaks up sweat, it fills in your pores, and it gives you an overall like smoother look. And it looks white, but there's actually, I mean,
It's translucent.
it's translucent powder. So it soaks in, give it a few minutes right before you go on.
So I have craters for pores. I would need like 3 of those just to cover for.
You know, when I did yours though, I mean, it smoothed in nicely. And
Well, I was already wearing makeup too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had my stuff on. So
yeah, I mean, I use
covers
it on, especially with my nose, my T-zone. This is where I get oily, or with men that have either bald heads or they're losing hair, they have the really high peaks of hair. You need to fill it right in to the hairline because your face will look great, but you'll look shiny, like really shiny. And again, it's going to distract. So anything distracts, people are looking at your head, you know, with the shininess instead of listening to your message.
It's a natural glow.
We'll call it a natural glow. And all my brushes are very, very basic. They're very, very basic brushes. So, and then, you know, sanitize your brushes afterwards if you're using it on people or yourself. And that's basically all you really need to keep. Again, this palette, you don't need anything this extravagant. Find your own color. I just have a variety.
Because you deal with a bunch of people, not just you.
Yeah, I could have my one color and be like, everyone has to match me. So yeah, I mean, if you just do some quick touch-ups, and some people are really concerned about like their lipstick and stuff. If you do your lipstick, just be very careful that you got it all on your lips, not on your teeth or anything like that. You might want to check it in a mirror beforehand.
Yeah.
Just a suggestion.
What about gloss, lip gloss?
Oh, lip gloss I'm in a mood about. Lip gloss sometimes can be too shiny, and again, it'll distract from the message.
It's like,
Yeah. Or it won't be enough, and you'll look like a fish. So if it doesn't have enough pigment. So I generally don't do glosses when I go on camera. I'll do what's considered a matte. So what I'm wearing now is a matte.
Okay.
It's a good pigment color. This one's kind of a pink to make me look healthier. Because sometimes I can look pale, especially when I wear blue. When I wear dark blues, I can look a little pale. But I mean, if you want to do lip gloss, do lip gloss. Or if you have a really nice pigment, do that. But if you don't know how you look before you get on a Facebook Live, I always do this test where you just take a picture of yourself and see what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And really like analyze it if you're really worried about how you look. And be like, okay, is it too dark? Is it too light? Do I have too many shadows? Or
Yeah, but you're
whatever
looking
has.
at it from a different angle too. You're looking at it from the professional side.
I am.
Because that's what you do,
Mhm.
you know, but little old me would be like, yep, that's good.
And I mean,
And it may not, to me it's like, looks good to me.
and
You
just
know?
be happy with like how it
Right.
looks. If that's good for you, great. I have a hard time. I mean, you'll see me do almost no Facebook Lives because I'm not comfortable doing them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not comfortable with necessarily with my word choice or how it looks or if it looks professional enough. I mean, I'm very particular, which is good for what I do to be particular. But even on my own stuff, I'm very, very particular, so I don't get many of them done.
Right. You know, my
that's a
thing,
goal.
right, my thing with Facebook Live, and I don't do much Facebook Live either, because my challenge is, for one, I have a dog that I'm holding, and then the phone, and then my balance issues, you know,
Yeah.
so it's like, really. But really, the biggest thing for me with Facebook Live is I want to make sure my message goes out,
Mhm.
but I also know that people that come on, they want that interaction right then and there.
Yeah,
with the
that's
chat
hard.
feature.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just, it loses. I don't know, it's just,
You know, I've seen people do shout outs. That's what a lot of the, well, you're a nerd. A lot of the gamers and stuff like that have like subscribers, people that chat at them
Uh-huh.
while they're playing the games. They'll be like, oh, hey, Mo27, that's a great point. Or like, hey, Mo27, thanks for joining us.
Right.
And they keep going.
no, I get
But
that.
I'm not-
I get that, but it's like when I speak, you know, I'm really concentrating on the message
Mhm.
and the words. And we cannot multitask, contrary to popular beliefs. You can only do one thing at a time. For instance, you cannot speak and think at the same time.
Mhm.
It's not possible. You know, so for me to have to speak, to make sure my message gets across,
Yeah.
so people understand it, and then me focusing on the people that are on the live chat at that time,
Uh-huh. It's a lot. Actually, I did one of those.
my squirrels go nuts.
All the squirrels.
I know, like,
So what I did, actually, I did this for a friend. As we were doing their Facebook Live, I was recording it on their phone, and as people were coming on, I was touching and doing stuff with it.
well, I mean, if
So
I have
it's
somebody doing that,
Yeah, it's easier.
that's easy. You know, it's like, hey, you know, it's like, you hold the camera and you answer the chat, so
Mhm.
whatever things, you know. That's awesome.
Mhm. You gotta have a good friend.
In
that for
reality, you know, it's just us, and for me, a lot of times it's like an idea pops in the head,
Mhm.
and it wants to be shared right away. So what I share, how I share, is I just post something
Mhm.
on Facebook. I don't do the video.
Yeah.
I just post something, you know, because it's like I'm doing the podcast, I'm doing the show, you know, and it's just like,
It's a lot.
that's a lot.
And I use, I mean, again, not a sponsor, I use Buffer for a
Mhm.
lot of the videos and stuff that I do, and I just schedule all my posts at the first of the
I
month.
do Hootsuite.
Yeah, Hootsuite, whatever it is.
commercial.
Yeah, no commercial, not a sponsor. And
But
that
I'm
works
fortunate
really
I have
well.
somebody that does my social media for me now.
Yeah, you're very lucky.
And it's amazing. I said, you can see, I mean, literally, you can see the day she took over. It's like,
though.
whoa, I love it. It's just, it's amazing. I love you, Jessie. Thank you. No, I mean, it's just, but yeah, I mean, it's nice to have help, but there's a lot of times, and it's, for me, I'm a very much in the moment kind of person,
Mhm.
because it's also part of what I teach and what I talk to people about is be in the now. So I don't always have somebody, I mean, to me to do a Facebook Live with somebody there, I would have to like really plan it out.
Mhm.
And then to me it loses,
A little bit of the
it
spontaneity.
loses a lot of the spontaneity.
And I have a hard time just staring at a camera. That's why we do the interview style, because a lot of people struggle with just the, okay, the camera's on, go. So it helps me to do what I do for other people and sit across them and ask them questions and then
Right.
have them answer. So in the Facebook Lives, I'll start with something that I want to say, and then I'll have somebody just ask me a question. I can keep talking because I'm looking at them. Even though the camera's here,
Right.
I'm looking over the camera and looking at them because it's a real interaction.
Which is so helpful. I did a couple of testimonials with you for
Yes,
Gary.
Yes.
And it's really so helpful, because I mean, I don't mind talking into the camera, but it's just weird it's just a different feel when you do it this way. So to to look at you versus the camera is just so much different. And the other, speaking of camera, so when you're doing your YouTube, not your YouTube live, but your Facebook live, or you take a picture, know where your camera is on your phone.
Yes.
Because so many times, you know, and I'm guilty too, we look in the middle because we see our picture
Yeah,
right
we see
there. So
ourselves.
we look at ourselves here and it looks like we're off.
Like you're looking off to the side.
Right.
I'm really bad about that on my Zoom meetings because my camera's in one place, but I'm looking at the person here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you'd have to be like right in the center.
Well,
He's licking my foot!
he allows you. So, see, and speaking of Zoom, because for the show I also do Zoom interviews, because not all the people that want to be on the show are local. So I do Zoom, and it was really hard for me until I figured it out. You know, having, I want to look at the person because I see you talk.
Yeah.
You know, when your mouth, so I see you talk. But so I'm looking at them here, and then my camera, like you said, is here.
Yeah.
And it's like, so, I want to look here, but if I look in the camera, I know I'm looking at the person I'm talking to.
But you don't
at
get
the
any
same
engagement.
Right. It is just so what I did now is like I shrunk down.
Yes, that's what I did.
I shrank down the window, and now it's on top. I have my guest on top.
So it looks like
In the frame, I'm below, so the camera is right above my guest, so it looks like I'm looking at my guest, and I'm still getting, for me, you know, because it's not just for my viewers, but it's also for me when I'm talking with the person, because I want to give you the attention.
Right.
When I'm talking to you, I want to make sure you know I'm looking at you, I'm paying attention, and I'm not going like, looking here, the camera is here, and I'm really looking at you, but you're over
But I'm
here.
not looking at you. Well, see,
So-
I mean, we learn from such a young age because I have a minor in psychology, especially in interpersonal communication. We learn from such a young age to recognize faces. It's one of the first things that we can see when we're
Right.
babies, and so we spend our whole lives learning these subtle cues.
Well, it's also, when you look at the face, instantly, safe or not safe.
yeah, it's
At that
everything.
instant, there's so much going on in the face when you talk with people, and it's just but
Yeah, no, I mean, that's why I prefer Zoom over phone calls anytime, is that I see the person's face and really engage that.
Are you okay? Where's your toy? Get your toy.
He's like, well, it was squeaking. And it's a
Like-
squeaky toy.
It's his favorite.
Is the heart?
Yes, he puts it in the mouth in such a way, and it's so cute because see, it says cute stuff on there, and he puts it in his mouth just like this,
Yep, so that you can read it.
and he squeaks it. When he gets really excited, sometimes he just goes,
there
there
it is.
you go. Squeak it. He's so cute.
So our HR department is a dog, which I think you know.
Yes, which I think is
And,
awesome.
She is great. She does everything that an HR department needs to do, which is be supportive and help you problem solve. And I think that that's why she's so great for us. But I took all the squeakers out of her toys because when I get on phone calls and meetings, that is the time that she wants to be supportive.
Well,
And
yeah,
so-
because that's when she doesn't get your attention.
That, or if we get, like stressed in very difficult meetings, sometimes you get a little stressed or anxiety or
Right.
whatever happens, or if it's a really important meeting, you're like, and she's like, I'll help you, squeak, squeak, squeak them. So we've actually gotten a lot of, because we do our employee thank yous at Dave &
Okay.
Buster's. So when my team does really well, or if we need just, after a really long weekend shoot, we need to like blow up some steam, we'll go to Dave & Buster's for a couple hours. And almost all of their plush toys in there don't have the glass for the eyes and don't have a lot of stitching. So we'll get HR, like a flamingo, or we just got this little like,
So your dog's
Cat.
name actually is HR?
the dog's name is Brea.
Oh, okay.
Actually, my business partner wanted to name her Batface because she looks like one of those giant bats.
That's so cute though.
yeah.
But she's a girl.
That's what I said. I'm like, she's a girl. I really want her to have.
I mean,
a
for a
feminine
boy,
name.
that'd be okay.
I
but
know. I
for
thought
a
it
girl.
would be a great name. So on her certificate, her full name is Gabriella Batface Archer.
That's funny.
Yeah. So she, on all of her certifications and everything, her middle name is in quotations of Batface. So he won half the argument, and he calls her Batface, and she, runs over and thinks it's great. But-
Well, his full name is Amadeus Mozart.
oh, that explains a lot why he's Mel.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
Yep. So, and he's the best.
He's a great dog. And I mean, I think dogs really make a difference in the workplace. There's a hashtag dogs in the workplace, or workplace dogs, or HR dog, and all that. And I mean, you get some really great pictures. There's a liquor store up the street from me that because I would do bottles of wine as thank you gifts, which remind me if you want one, I will get you one.
Yes.
Yeah,
please.
okay. Yeah, no problem. We were doing bottles of wine for some of our clients. There was a promotion thing that we did, and they had this giant yellow lab, and it was the happiest dog, and it would help you shop. You'd wander down the aisles, and it would walk with you, and it was just a really warm, inviting thing, and they kept it so clean. They kept their workplace very, very clean. And I always like it. So whenever I see dogs in the workplace, it just makes me happy. I'm like,
Well, I mean, I know with Mo, I mean, sometimes I have to kick him out of my office and close the door because, you know, he's like, oh, there's people out there looking out the window. Oh, there's nothing. I just see nothing. And he's just standing at the window growling and barking and...
well, he's protecting you.
Well, he is. He is very much so. And sometimes he's just like, oh, it's playtime, and I'm like really laser focused on something. And he comes in with his squeaker, and he's like, oh, I'm so happy, squeak, 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 squeak. And I'm like, oh, not right now, not right now, not right now. So every once in a while, I have to, or when I do a Zoom call sometimes, you know, if he's laying there sleeping when I get started, he's usually good. But when he's all like, it's playtime, oh, what are we doing?
We get all excitable.
Then he's not invited to the Zoom call.
You know, I would say about 80% of my Zoom calls gets HR in it, because she'll hop up and sit with me. And you'll either see just the tips of her ears, like at the bottom of the screen like this, or you'll see her whole face. And she'll watch, and she'll look, and then she'll jump off.
That's so cute.
But I would say, and I'll tell people when I get on a Zoom, like, HR might be joining us, and so they're thinking it's going to be a person.
Right.
And then she hops up, and I was just like, this is our HR department. I said, if you follow us on social media, you'll know exactly who HR is.
That's funny. So, going back to photos and everything, so, because I mean, everywhere I go, not everywhere, not all the time, but most of the time, in most places I go, people are like, oh, can I take a selfie with Mo? Sure. And have you tried to take one?
Yeah.
And I say try, because Mo does this, he goes, oh yeah, I'll take a picture with you. Oh, camera.
Yeah, he'll look off the side.
Yeah, so do you have any tips for pet owners that want to do selfies with their animals? What's this,
their own selfie, or other people want to take selfies with the dog?
Either or.
Okay.
I mean, I offer to take pictures sometimes for people. So.
You know, one of the noises that I learned how to do, because I can't whistle to save my life. There's some people that can whistle. Let's see if I can do it.
Close.
That's the best I can do. That's as loud as I can
works.
whistle. Is I learned how to make, especially with our HR dog, is I make chirping noises. So I do things like, or any of those. And if they're weird enough, they will actually
Mo
pay
barely
attention to
blinks. He goes like, I'm chewing on something.
He's chewing on something. Probably have to rob him of his toy. But I think with when you're doing selfies with the animals, to the side that the camera's on, if you can make a noise that they're not used to, then that will definitely get their attention over that way. And it'll also probably get hopefully, the mouth closed and the ears up, which is usually when they're cutest.
You're right.
You know, and you want them to look like they're paying attention. Not so much like, is there a bird over there? Because that'd be cool.
Like, ooh, lunch.
And then if you have a special word, like our HR department's incredibly smart. And I know that Mo's incredibly smart too, because they're service animals. But when we take pictures of them, or if they're like, for example, we do a lot of HR pictures where she's doing something or near something that is an event. Follow our social media if you want to see what I'm talking about. But we'll put her in a parket. For those of you that don't know what parket is, it's where they're supposed to stay and they're not supposed to move for any reason until you release them from that command.
Yeah, I've tried that with Mo.
He's got good plots.
He's got his, yeah.
He does a good one.
And he stays as long as I'm there. When I walk away,
yeah,
he gets human. I need
yeah,
to serve you. Where are you? Where are you going?
He also helps you walk and a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah,
so
it's a little different for us, yeah.
And our HR is so small, so we put her in a parket. And
I like
let's say,
the command parket.
Yeah, parket. Well, that's what they teach you in school, in dog school. And we'll say a word that she likes. So for those of you at home, back when we got her, when she was little, they had these greenies that were T-Rexes.
Oh, cute.
But they were T-Rex shaped. And they actually didn't look like a T-Rex, but they looked like a Godzilla. And so that's what we called them, you know, and we'd make that da-da-da noise and give her the Godzilla. So she knows that word now. So we'll say something, especially if we need a picture, we'll say like, we'll put her in a parking like, would you like a Godzilla? And it's like, bam, ears up, engaged, staring at you like a mongoose. Like, I mean, it's great attention. So if there's a snack word that they like.
Cookie?
Or.
Would you like a cookie?
Or you can actually, see.
Oh, that works! Well, see, so, because I used to, with his dad and the dog we had before, Caruso, we did what, Caruso? We're like, would you like?
Uh-huh.
And they're like,
And they'll listen too. They know.
it's like, ooh, yeah, I would like, I don't know what I like, but yeah, I like it. I like it, it's coming from you, I like it. Give
Yeah.
it to me. Yeah, so,
Yeah, it'll help.
and that works just too. It's like, would you like?
And they'll.
And he's
Uh-huh.
ignoring me now, of course.
Well,
you know.
he's got a chew stick.
Oh, well,
He's
yeah, it's
really
like,
more interested.
I got the
in that.
best cookie right now, I don't need yours.
And a lot of times you can get away with things like if your dog is responsive to like cheese or things like that. There's special treats or the treating treats. You hold that above the phone and they'll look at it. Even if you have like a ball, like if you have a dog that's really into like catch and things like that, they will stare at that ball and you just kind of have to hold it approximately where you want them to look.
Huh.
So,
Yeah, he's not a retriever.
you know, I actually saw something. I thought it was really dumb at the time, but I didn't have a dog that liked balls. Where it's actually a ball holder that you snap to your phone for selfies.
Shut up.
Yes, they had them at PetSmart. And
That
they're
works
good
well
job.
for golden retrievers.
Yes, if you have a dog that
And
wants to do that.
for Aussies.
Sometimes terriers.
Any, yeah. Wow.
So they had that, which I thought
Mo
was
would
pretty
be
cool.
like, yeah, okay, huh?
Yeah, Brea's not really interested. I mean, I guess if you put one of her babies up there, she'd be like looking at it. But food, I mean, dogs that are food motivated, that's the easiest way. It's the
Yeah,
easiest way.
see, so when we did training with Mo, which was funny because my trainer's like, yeah, bring his favorite treats and everything, and I said, he's not gonna take them. So I cut up the hot dogs, I brought cheese. He was like, no,
Not interested?
not interested. He wouldn't even take a treat from her
Oh, wow.
because he was he's a little neurotic. I love him to pieces, but I've always been his emotional support human. So his whole life, I have been his emotional support human.
Right.
And when I'm not with him, he really does have anxiety. And because it was all new, and I mean, I think my anxiety level was a little, because I didn't know what to expect. And it's like, I've never done training before. And you know, well, it's not true, I have, but not like service dog training.
Yeah,
I've done
it's very
like
different.
obedience, and it's a whole different ball game. And I know it flows down the leash.
Yeah.
It just flows down the leash.
That's why they're good,
And
though,
he
'cause they
would-
feel what you feel.
Right, but he would not take treats, and I had people say, "Oh, he's so cute. Can I give him something?" I'm like, "You can give it to him. He's not going to take it."
Yeah.
So
I borrowed Mo, actually,
Yeah, you did.
at one of the mastermind.
yeah,
I needed some emotional support, so she let me Mo for about 20 minutes when I was in the hot seat. It was just it was an uncomfortable topic that we were discussing, and my service animal was not available that day. She was still, because I wasn't going to get on the hot seat.
so most the community
Yeah, he was a community.
we share.
Yeah, and he was real cool about it. I mean, for the most part, once in a while he's like, I want to go sit with her. I'm just like, no, I need you.
He was so funny, so he kept looking over me like, "Can I go now?"
Yeah. He's like, we done.
And you pull a little, and I just did this, and I said, "Stay." And I sent him the message. It's like, Jade needs you right now. And then every time he came right beside you and came
Yep.
closer to you.
Yep, he did.
It was so cute. So
So-
no, he's amazing. But no, I'm excited for our photo shoot today.
I am too. So I guess we're
So-
going to a steampunk cafe.
Yes, we're going to Java Punk.
I'm so excited.
In
I love
town.
steampunk.
It's my favorite cafe. My favorite
try.
coffee shop, and it's fun. So my sister from another mister, Rachel.
Okay.
Rachel Stovall, and I had her on the show a while back too.
Fun. Okay.
She's amazing, and we're twin. The first time I told her, I was like, we're twins. We got separated at birth. She goes, no. I'm like, yeah, and she's embracing it now. So she's my sister from another mister, totally. So and she knows I love sunflowers.
Oh, okay.
And a couple of weeks ago, we met up for coffee because we try to get together. I mean, we're working on getting together once a week at least. And we meet at our favorite coffee shop, Java Punk.
Okay.
And, we sit there, and there was this beautiful gift basket sitting in the corner we were in. And I wasn't thinking much, and I was like, oh, they should open this and put it out because, I mean, it just kind of fit in with the decor. And then Rachel, she goes, here, I got you a gift.
Aww.
And the gift basket it had like, the plates you put under the plates.
Uh-huh.
And then it had
Little
the regular plates and bowls and coffee mugs and
All of it. Okay.
wine glasses and all sunflowers.
Oh, that's cool.
It was all with sunflowers.
That's amazing.
And she was so cute. She goes, and that's so when we get together and, for tea or something. And I laughed and I said, but we spend more time here than at either one of our houses.
Yeah.
So Stephanie, who owns Steampunk, came over and I asked her, I said, can we leave the plate and the bowls here? So when we come here, because the coffee mugs are too small for us, because we do the,
Yeah,
the
do
buckets.
the giant coffee. We
So,
don't mess around.
So I said, can we leave this here? So when Rachel and I come and we have like breakfast or lunch or something, they're just our dishes. She goes, yes.
Aww.
And then we ordered, oh my God, the food she makes is just, So anyway, so soup of the day, I forgot what it was so good. So we ordered, Rachel and I each ordered a bowl. And Stephanie brought it out in our new dishes.
See, that's really like
And-
customizing too.
Oh yeah,
That's so
and
cool.
all the staff members have been instructed that this is just for Rachel and I when we come in.
That's really cool though.
I was like, I love you.
That's really cool.
But I mean, the whole atmosphere, and it just adds. I mean, just think, I mean, when I decided, that I want to take pictures there
yes,
for the photo shoot,
that was decided this morning, by the way.
right, my happy went,
Well, that's going to be a
Because
better authentic picture too.
just thinking about going there adds to happy because there's Doctor Who and steampunk and good food and coffee and the whole atmosphere. It's eclectic and it's just, there's artwork from different artists on the walls
So
and
nerdy, I love it.
that's my place. They're my people.
I have never been to a steampunk theme thing, but I love steampunk. I always have. So
I know,
I'm really
right?
excited. I'm
So,
so
yeah.
excited.
I know.
That was like a great surprise for me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then the
no
sunflowers was
coincidences.
supposed to be like the happy flower or something like that. Between
Sun-
daisies and sunflowers.
Yeah, I mean,
supposed to be happy
I
flowers.
got sunflowers everywhere.
Yes, you do. I noticed.
Yeah, the sunflowers and butterflies.
Oh yeah, butterflies are super happy.
And
too.
butterflies actually for me started with my book.
Mhm.
I mean, I always liked
Wait, wait, wait,
butterflies.
Hold on, I gotta get
Oh.
the book here.
I always liked the butterflies. But they really took on a whole different meaning for thank you.
See it?
Took on a whole nother meaning for me with when I had it on the book here. Because
love it.
the one on here,
Mhm.
there's so much going on.
It looks like it's coming out at you though. I thought that it was almost
Right.
like a pop-up book.
I like
when saw
the 3D, but I mean when you look at it, okay, so many of us we are hiding our beauty
Mhm.
and our powers inside, and we appear almost bland on the outside.
Mhm.
So you get that, but the beauty inside and the power inside and rainbow colors. I mean,
Rainbow.
can't go wrong with rainbow colors. And then the metamorphosis that the butterfly has to go through, from sometimes really, really super ugly caterpillars
Mhm.
to these amazing, beautiful butterflies. And it's like, and that's when it hit me when I saw this image. I was like, oh, I need this on my book.
Yeah, I love the book.
So butterflies and sunflowers.
And I was given a copy of the book today, so I'll have to let you know what I thought of it on
Ah.
Amazon because there's a place to rate. You only have, I think, 4 ratings, so we need to look
I
at
know.
that.
So if y'all read my book, please give me some ratings.
On Amazon,
Let's spread the happy,
yeah,
because happiness matters.
it does matter, and that's what we're
But-
here for today,
I
right?
know, right? I mean, I'm just excited. It's like looking at how things are evolving when you step into you.
Mhm.
And it's like for you, I know you love doing the photography and you love doing the video and you're amazing
Thank you.
at what you do
Thank you.
because it's your passion.
I love it. I really do.
It's your passion, and you bring out the very best in people. I haven't seen my one yet from the speaker boot camp, but I know it'll be amazing.
Your talk from that was really, really good.
Oh, thank you.
And I know that we re-recorded that intro
Yeah.
for it, but I have some ideas with that. I'm really excited to, and again, of course, which is next on the docket. Would have been better if I had just had it done before we did this, right?
Yeah,
But
it's all good. All for a
no,
reason.
I'm excited. I'm excited about that one. And we're trying out a brand new lens today on the still camera. It is called a pancake lens. For those of you that do or don't know what that is. But basically,
Really? Pancake? What?
pancake lens. So what it does is so
You
cool.
can come up. Come up.
He's like, maybe, yeah.
But the camera's the other way, dude. It's still the other way.
Yeah, he's gonna just, oh, you can see a great view of his new harness though.
I know, right? It comes with saddlebags, so he can, when I travel now, he can carry all his own stuff.
Yeah. He's a big dog and he's carrying his own stuff.
Okay, he can get down now.
But the pancake
Okay.
lens is pretty short, and what it does is it focuses on one spot, and then anything behind you gets blurred. So usually that's an effect that you either have to do in studio or in post, and this one does it automatically, and it takes beautiful, soft, natural-looking pictures.
Oh, I can't wait.
I can't wait either. I took a couple of you earlier, but I didn't like the light source. But it's a brand new lens.
You don't like my light source?
Sorry, it was upstairs.
Oh, I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, why are you picking on me?
And
Right,
you know what? I
what?
just no. I
No,
just
no more,
noticed
no
something.
More, no more pictures for you. You're
We're
done.
done. Talk to the hand. Oh no, talk to the paw. No, I just noticed today is the first time I have the top light on here
Oh,
in my studio. Usually I just have
the hoop light?
the hoop light on. I don't think I ever, or maybe I do have the other light. I don't even know. I pay attention.
And hoop lights are great. That was the last thing I was going to mention about doing some of your own stuff. Is if you have really bad lighting in your office, to get one of those smaller hoop lights, about the size of a dish, and they plug in USB port, so they're really easy to use. You just pop them up, and you put your phone behind it or slightly in front of it if you.
Well, they
really
have
want
them
to.
too for the handheld ones.
Yeah, so some of those they're not all created equally for sure. So some of those do not produce enough light, or the light won't be even. So just keeping that in mind.
Oh, okay.
And just to keep that in mind, I mean, do you, again, do whatever you want to do. But I found that the hoop lights that are about this big that you can adjust, they usually have like little, like yours has.
Like mine has a knob on
Yeah,
there
it's a
where I
little
can
knob.
turn it down or turn it up.
Yeah, because I mean, it even depends on the time of day, if it's overcast, you know, if you use natural light, which I do recommend if there's an option to use natural light.
Mm-hmm.
You can just kind of smooth out some of the shadows that you get with those hoop lights. I love them. I love them. They're like the best invention ever.
Yeah, they're ranked right up there. I like them too. So
Because you have a medium-sized one, I have the giant one. The one that looks like a hula hoop. And
gotcha.
I'm looking at getting one of the smaller ones for my own desk. So.
Well, I got this one because eventually I'm going to start recording webinars,
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
and I also have a little teleprompter.
Yeah,
So-
you're done with that.
And I'm not there yet. I'm working on it.
You will be there.
I know I will be there.
You will be there.
It's just not right now.
Well, it doesn't have to be right now, right?
No,
I mean,
but it's coming. I have some ideas on putting my workshops together, and then I'm also looking because I did a bunch of appearances here on the local TV station.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So and I'm working on them sending me the
So I
MP4s.
can put it into your sizzle reel?
That too, yes.
Yeah.
So I have 4 out of I don't know how many.
Okay.
I think I've been on it like 10 times now. And I just realized too, this month is my 1-year anniversary with them already.
Wow, that's cool.
I know. It's like,
Push that out later.
wow. I just noticed that today because I was in this morning because I'm on every first Monday of the month for Motivation Monday,
That's really cool.
which I love. I love doing it. Just just enough little tidbit to give for people. And today we talked about the power of now.
right.
Of course, by the time this one airs, it was a week or so ago.
Yeah, but that's not what it's about.
But no,
Live
that's
that
not what it's about. But I mean, it's just fun. And then when I looked and I was like, oh wow, 1 year, a year ago, I reached out to them.
He liked me.
He loves you. That's okay.
I'm wearing ballerina flats, and he can get to my foot. So.
And he loves you.
You
So
are very loving.
anyway, any last tips you want to share?
Not off the top of my head. I think I got most of them through. But you know,
Okay.
if you have any questions, reach out to me.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll put your contact info at the end.
Yeah, feel free.
Like I do
Call,
with
text,
everybody.
email, carrier pigeon, whatever.
But I
works
don't
for
put
you.
phone numbers up. I don't put phone
Then-
numbers up simply because we get spammed so much already,
Oh, that's true.
and we don't know because YouTube, everybody in the world can watch YouTube.
That's true.
So I'm not putting phone numbers up. Usually I put emails and websites and then social media or something, like your main social media.
yeah, well, you can Facebook message me then. You can also message me through the website or email me with your questions.
There
if I
you
didn't
go.
cover something, any clarity, just come reach out to me.
I like that.
Yeah,
Thank you. Well,
of
thank you
course.
so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm so excited for the rest of the day because we're going to have some fun photo shooting and
so many.
and then I cannot wait to
pictures.
see the everything come together.
Oh my
And of course
gosh.
I will be sharing that with you all too. And well, thank you so much for coming down from Denver
Yes, thank you for
to
having
the
me. Down.
Springs. I appreciate that so
It
much.
was worth coming up to see Mo.
Well, I love you too.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching. As always, be happy, be kind, be loved. Until next time. Bye.